Some footage in this video is from Internet Archives. The links will be found down below. After an enormous success with Call of the Dead and the Goldenrod mystery, you would expect Treyarch to provide another map with a complex mystery to solve, and that would be an understatement. Shangri-La was a mystery for the ages, and just as uncanny was the design and layout of the map. Treyarch released this map on June 28th of 2011, and then later released on PlayStation and PC on July 28th of 2011. Treyarch announced the map with 4 additional PvP maps.
With Annihilation, Black Ops fans will get 4 exciting and unique multiplayer settings, with Hangar 18, Drive-In, Silo, and Hazard. Players will also enjoy an all-new Zombies experience, Shangri-La, an exotic and mysterious map filled with deadly traps, dark secrets, and innovative gameplay that will challenge even the most daring zombie hunters.
So far, I have talked about all of the World at War Zombies maps, Black Ops' first maps including the first DLC featuring Ascension, and then we left off with Call of the Dead. After the Ultimus cast took a break in Siberia to enact Richtofen's plan of acquiring the Golden Rod, they were called into action in the fantasy land of Shangri-La. I say a fantasy land because this has been a wide debate amongst the COD community over the location of Shang. Some believe this map to be on Mars due to the map's loading screen having an eclipse with a red sandy background. But nowhere on the map indicates the Mars idea, until Black Ops 4, which retconned that Shang was on Mars. I do believe for Black Ops 1 we were lost somewhere in time and a ripped timeline. Speaking of random change story, it looks like Samantha was supposed to be a bigger part of Shang originally, as indicated by this cut loading screen. The name Shangri-La comes from a novel by James Hilton in 1933 called Lost Horizon. It's a fictional place in Tibet's Kunlun Mountains. I hope I said that right. Shangri-La is described as a mystical, harmonious valley and has become synonymous with an earthly paradise, particularly a mythical Himalayan utopia, an enduringly happy land isolated from the world. This map is far from a paradise in the way it plays, and a lot of people didn't like Shang when it first came out, but I have to disagree. This map absolutely slaps. Shang is a direct opposite of Call of the Dead's open, icy environment in every way. While Call of the Dead had freedom to roam, Shang will remind you to watch your step. There's bamboo traps when running from spawn that require some precise movement to not set them off. There's also a quicksand room that demands you follow the path and master it to get by, or you will have to slow walk while hordes of zombies chase you. You also had these really neat water jets that, when standing on them, shot you up to a whole floor above. Shang is an Indiana Jones adventure, and I learned when researching this video, Shang was originally named Temple of Doom. This was a Vietnam-based Indiana Jones direct idea, with the name being the same as the second film. Johnny J25 has a wonderful video I will link down below on this, but it is incredible just how much was really taken out, like a zombie bull we would find in Dead Ops Arcade, and a complete map layout change. There was also elemental-based wonder weapons, with the wonder weapon of this map having different colors indicating it. In the version we would get, there wasn't a George Romero, and there wasn't a Kali Ma zombie like Indiana Jones. But in Shangri-La, there were 2 special zombies. A shrieker zombie that would leave everyone with some hearing aids afterwards. This zombie was fast, and yeah, it yelled at a high enough pitch to pop your brain. The other was a pyro zombie, and not a pyrocynical one. That zombie would have to be a little bit more inflated. This zombie walked slow, but did damage if you were even near it. This would also light the zombies around it on fire, so killing other zombies made them explode. Without Flopper, this was a menace of a zombie, and this one would also be a pretty pivotal one. Every time you got a power-up to drop, you would hear the monkeys shouting from the sides of the map, and they would fly in to steal a power-up. But this also had some skill gap to master, as the power-up changed constantly as a monkey was stealing it. You could get a free max ammo every time if you killed one of these little guys. If you did let them escape, they would run to the temple and then sacrifice the power-up out to space and time. For some reason, Treyarch also let you kill all of the monkeys immediately, and this wouldn't be discovered until years later. If players stand in this certain spot of the starting room and input up, up, down, A on their controllers, the monkeys in the starting room will explode. This only worked in the Black Ops 1 version of the map. It's just so weird. So, for the first time in Black Ops Zombies since its release, there were no new perks to a map, but the perks were in random spots like Shinonuma. I think the perk of this map was the movement options. You had a water slide that could take you down under the map, the jets we talked about before, and a minecart that would even carry zombies with you on the cart. This was fantastic, as it was memorable. And it's one of the reasons why I believe this map is the most underappreciated in Black Ops. The ultimate reason this map is underappreciated is the ultimate perk. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what I call Eclipse mode. That was weird. Did you guys feel something just happened? Anyways, on June 28th of 2011, Eclipse mode was first uploaded to YouTube by SamDeman118. He had no clue what to do next, but you can see that immediately upon entering, the time of day changes, and a large meteorite has hit the temple. During the day, there is clearly a spot where something crashed into it, but what happened to the meteor? And what else did Sam and his team unlock by entering the mode?
Whoa! Okay, what the hell just happened?
Why does everything look blue? Look, there is an eclipse.
Fascinating. And look, there's a giant meteor on top of the temple. I must have it in my pockets.
The heat and humidity is just excruciating. According to the locals, the temple should be in this mountain range just up this river. Gary, do you hear that? A waterfall. We must be close. Hand me the binoculars. There is a structure up ahead. If this is truly a gateway to Agatha, my work will finally be validated. Wait, what is this?
What the hell was that? Why is the sky dark?
It's an eclipse. We must have...
Run! What are those things?
Zombies. We have to find another way.
Zombies? What are you talking about?
The writings must have been right. No! Don't touch that! Damn! Take a look around and try to find a way out.
I got nothing.
We will have to conserve our supplies. Take your shoes off and hand me your socks.
Brock and Gary, two explorers lost in the search of the Temple of Shangri-La for treasures never before seen, have found themselves trapped in the eclipse state. Now, more specifically, they were searching for Agartha, which we will worry about another day, but Agartha was first mentioned here. As they get trapped in a time loop, Brock says,
I've been trapped in the temple structure for days. Gary is dead, and I don't see a way out of here. I can still hear the zombies outside. I fear this is my last recording, as the battery is about to die, and I will soon follow. One thing I can be certain of is that glove...
One consistency throughout all of this Easter egg is that Brock and Gary are giving you hints to the next steps with the hidden radios around the map. And there's a new one every time you complete a step in different locations. The first team to find Brock and Gary was Nick That Gaming Show on June 28th. He says,
Not cool.
Yeah, we won't hit it without you, don't worry. And a button appears on this guy, and he's gonna talk to us, so everyone needs to be quiet when he starts yapping. Go ahead and hit it, Liam. Do the honor.
Hello out there. Hello?
Some voices! Wait, that's not in my head.
We are stuck behind some kind of mechanism. Whatever you did moved it slightly. We really could use some help here.
Okay. I think that's it. Oh, look at this, look at this! There's the panel. Oh, it's the... Oh, that's what we have to turn the dials to, maybe. Look, I bet you... Look, are those the symbols on the dials? Look, I wonder if that's it.
it was not the dials, Nick, but it was more like tiles. These tiles had 12 different symbols, and the importance of these symbols wasn't known. But I did some research and found that they're alchemy symbols. So I will translate what each one is. Circle with a circle in the middle is gold, or sun. Circle with a line through the middle is niter, or potassium nitrate. The female symbol is copper. The star symbol is salmoniac. The diamond symbol is soap. The 3 dots is oil. The crescent moon is silver. The triangle is fire. The D is close to the symbol of magnesium. The capital and lowercase t looks close to caustic lime. The DNA looking one and the vertical line followed by a horizontal one I couldn't figure out. But if anyone knows, please let me know in a comment. I won't read your palms or ask you what time of the day you were born, but I do believe these could be the elements of 115. But for the step, the only thing you had to do was match the tiles by jumping on one side, then communicating to get off and back on the same symbol to clear each tile from one another's side. This had to be done in under 5 minutes or you'd need to reset the eclipse state. That was another thing about this Easter egg. If you did the steps correctly, you would need to reset the eclipse. And in general, you could only do this Easter egg with 4 players, unlike Call of the Dead having a solo option. On Black Ops 3, you can actually install a mod that lets you do it with only 1 player. After this was completed, Brock and Gary had some words.
Look at this. There's a passageway below. We have to push on to have any chance of escape.
Thanks. Whoever you guys are.
I can hear water up ahead. Following the flow of water may lead us out of here.
Ah, crap! My leg! It's stuck in some gears!
Hold on, I'll get you out. Oh, good God.
Gary is always getting screwed over, but to free him in the eclipse state, players knew it had to do something with water. For the next step, COD Zombies found that by having all 3 players stand at the bottom of the water slide, with the 4th on the way down the slide, and hitting this tiny little lever on the right side when going down, it would be enough pressure to free Gary from the gear.
That did it! His leg is free and the way is clear. Let's get moving.
Immediately, NGT realized that by meleeing the gongs, they rang with a specific pitch, and it made the Treyarch logo above each of the diamond antennas around the map.
Yeah, right, until your disk space runs out.
Okay, listen, I'm gonna hit the gongs again and see if that does anything. You guys keep looking around the map.
Now, Sam Demand thought that for this next step, you needed to hit those very same symbols to make the ringing sound. But that's not the case, and would instead be used for a later step. What Sam did discover on June 28th of 2011 was that the diamond had now spawned in, but to get this one down and work with you, he needed the brand new wonder weapon to the map, and absolutely my favorite of Black Ops, maybe even of all time, the 3179 JGB215, aka the Shrink Ray, aka the Baby Maker. And no, we're not talking about your mother or your hand here. This weapon that turns every zombie tiny for your kicking pleasure is named this way for a reason. For a weapon found out in the jungle to explore its treasures, you would be happy to know 3179 JGB215 are coordinates. When it is deciphered, the coordinates are 31, 10, 72 north, 79, 2.15 east. These are found, and you can use Google Earth to find the coordinates to find a place north of the Himalayas. Now, you can't go explore here on the Google map because the car can't make it out here, but I think this is really cool, and it shows that Treyarch put a little attention to detail that somebody 12 years? Has it been 12 years? 10, yeah, add a 10 to that, so it'd be 2021, and then 2. Oh my god, it's been 13 years. For somebody to find 12 years later, yeah, I'm lonely. This may have been a weapon that Brock and Gary found in their travels, but Richtofen suggests it could be a Maxis weapon.
I knew Maxis was working on such a device, but I had no idea he was successful.
When Pack-a-Punched, this one is called the Fractalizer, which is just as powerful, although it doesn't do anything new. This one lets you shrink down zombies, and they do almost no damage to you, taking 15 hits before you can get down by a little baby zombie. You can even shrink the special zombies, and they each have their own funny ways of dying.
Kick the baby! Don't kick the goddamn baby. Kick the baby! Wow. Ow!
This one isn't just goofy. It is such a powerful wonder weapon, allowing for one kicks no matter what round you're on. It's probably why this would be the only map to feature the weapon. For the Easter egg, Sam found that you had to shrink the diamond and then melee it down the slide. Afterwards, you have to shoot up with the geyser and make it land where it needs to be.
Sure hope that lands in the right place.
We are moving through a small network of tunnels. This appears to be some sort of aqueduct system.
I wouldn't classify any of this as lucky.
Well, we are still alive. Shh.
Do you hear that?
Quickly, under there.
Great, another dead end.
Well, at least we're safe for now.
Really?
Gary and Brock now need our help from the gas that has trapped them in. What NGT Zombies found on June 28th of 2011 was that by turning the wheel near the MPL in the tunnel 4 times, and only in eclipse mode, Brock and Gary would talk to them only briefly.
Hello? That seems to have stopped the gas. I wish I'd come out there and thank you in person, but we are still trapped in this chamber.
You gotta be kidding me!
No. The walls are moving. Can you find a way to stop this before we are crushed?
What NGT found was that by baiting a napalm zombie down the tunnel, he would light the gas on fire, thus clogging the gas from poisoning Brock and Gary. They had to drag this zombie all the way up until the room before power to get built enough so you could pull the lever.
Gary, get up!
Hello? Let's get out of here before spikes shoot out of the walls and the floors open up to a pit of lava.
This place is massive. The architecture is not what I expected to see. It's more of an interpretation
What
of...
the hell's wrong with you? If this place doesn't kill us, the freaking undead will. We are stuck in some kind of trap-filled temple of death, surrounded by a horde of undead, and you were talking about the rugs not matching the curtains. If you don't...
Well, this is unfortunate.
Yeah, I rest my case.
I wonder where you could get spikes that shoot out of the walls. Was it the bamboo traps? Nah, but it was spike moors, a claymore variant found on Shang that instead of making an explosion of fire or pellets, shoots bamboo at everything including a zombie that crosses its path. Now there's only one place this worked, and NGT yet again posted this step first with the title, "Plug the Glory Holes. Spider bite, you dirty dog." After they figured it out, this small brick at the waterfall was pushed in, causing enough pressure to save Brock and Gary once more, and another diamond landed on top of the temple as a reward.
The walls are too slippery to climb. I can see a tube about halfway up the side of the well, but we can't reach it. Yes, we can reach the top!
This next step was more symbols on tiles, but this time it wasn't matching.
I can see the outside.
Thank heavens, we are finally out of the wretched catacombs.
It's still a full eclipse.
Yes, it is very strange. We are so close to proving the existence of...
I can see the outside.
Thank heavens, we are finally out of the wretched catacombs.
It's still a full eclipse.
Yes, it is very strange. I've been thinking about those carvings we saw before the eclipse. Give me a moment.
First, NGT Zombies found that you had to knife all the alchemic symbols in different spots, but there were 12 panels spread around. There were 5 panels in the spawn room, 2 in the mudroom area, 2 by the minecart, 2 in the stakeout room, and 1 by the left power switch. It is similar to step 3, but instead of stepping on the panels, they must be knifed. When all 12 panels were lit up, over by the minecart, out of bounds, a snare trap could be seen. NGT then blew it up with a monkey bomb, and then this happened.
Not there.
Yeah, there's nothing over there.
That worked.
Oh! Oh! That worked! That worked! That worked!
Yeah.
That worked! I don't know!
Okay, what did it do?
I don't know! Look for a sixth thing!
Yes, they do match the pictures from the tattoo. It's a code. 16134. This doesn't mean much. Perhaps the answer lies inside that stepped pyramid.
A player named Sharp from 360 Icons found that these symbols and which corresponding numbers that came with them were from the Mayan numerical system.
Alright, so what's up guys, Sharp here. You hear that radio and they give off a code of 16134. And what we actually did is we Google searched Mayan numbers and we noticed that they were these little symbols on here.
Doing this not only completed the step, but added a diamond above the mud temple. In the present, by the right side of the stairs leading up to the Pack-a-Punch machine, on the ground by the statue, players found another radio.
We have made it inside the top of the temple. It's completely enclosed.
If we had a stick of dynamite, I could get us in there.
Well, unless you brought some, I think we're not getting any further.
I had some in my bag, but dropped it when we were attacked by that horde of zombies. We need to get the hell out of here before it's too late.
The dynamite was hanging on the focusing crystal near the minecart gate and the bamboo spikes tunnel. First, players had to charge the diamonds by finding 4 gongs that made a resonating sound. Remember, this was something people thought was an earlier step, but now it's coming to life. There were a lot of gongs, but only 4 worked. If you knifed one and the diamonds glowed red, that was bad news. If they didn't glow but made a different ring, it was correct. After each gong had been struck, you then had to make sure you ordered them so Treyarch symbols appeared above the diamonds, glowing yellow. On June 29th, Sharp and his team shot the diamond above the mudroom with the fractalizer. Then, it just got weird.
Alright, they're up.
Did it. Come on. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Yes!
We did it. We did it.
Wow, that was amazing.
That is just unbelievably cool. I can't imagine the feeling of relief and adrenaline from solving this back in 2011. Treyarch were so ahead of their time, and this might be my favorite Easter egg in this game purely for how amazing this step was. The gigantic meteor now shrunk down, and Gary's TNT to get into the temple fell down too, needing a player to stand under it to catch it. One final step to victory, but that required getting to Pack-a-Punch. Pack-a-Punch had a unique way to unlock it. You had to stand on 4 different pressure plates scattered through the map, with a monkey statue staying still per person on a plate. Once everyone was on, the steps to the temple were open, and Pack-a-Punch was now active. Just like the timer on Eclipse mode, Pack-a-Punch had a timer before it would flood you away. Now that they had Pack-a-Punch unlocked with TNT in hand, only one thing left to do.
All right, here we go. Everybody get back!
Mine! Mine! I'll control them all!
Get up here. Alright, let's go. Let's go. We're here. There it is.
Let's all stare at it. Grab it.
Wait. Oh, I grabbed it. What is it?
Achievement. Achievement.
Look, it's an alien head. It's the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Gamer picture unlocked. I gotta see this.
I am now entering the antechamber. I see some sort of altar, and there is a rock suspended above it. This is just wonderful. An inscription. Rick Ta Fen. Richtafin. Gary, take an etching. The rock above the altar seems to be suspended in thin air. I'm going to remove it now.
We've been in this jungle for days and haven't seen any sign of this hidden temple.
We cannot give up. It has to be here.
I can't shake this feeling like we're going in circles.
We should get to higher ground and take a look. The heat and humidity is just excruciating. According to the locals, the temple should be in this mountain range just up this river. Gary, do you hear that? A waterfall. We must be close. Hand me the binoculars. There is a structure up ahead. If this is truly a gateway to Agatha, my work will finally be validated.
Congratulations to the world's first team of Nick That Gaming Show. Oh, hold on, I'm getting a call. I am being reached from someone out there saying it wasn't Nick. And yes, yeah, that's disappointing. Okay, he lied. Nick That Gaming Show claimed to be the first to the punch, and the supposed world's first list has him credited for this. However many years this has been the claim, and the second wrong claim on this list is mind-blowing to me. See, I don't even need to research that far to find him admitting in a follow-up video that they were not the first team to solve the Easter egg. Even if the reaction was amazing, here is Nick the Show admitting that he didn't get world's first.
We were we did good, and second is good enough for me, really. Because Icons isn't the first person that comes to mind when you think, oh yeah, zombies, Easter eggs. You know, he's not the first person that comes to mind.
So after many years, this video posted by Sharp is the world's first to the Shang Easter egg, and I'm happy it got cleared up. Congratulations to the team of MLG Sharp, Optic Big Timer, Ego the Icon, and they didn't list the fourth player, but I saw him on the screen, and that was Shockvane. So shout out to you. The reward was special on this map. All permanent perks to the one player who grabbed the stone. But this was a unique Easter egg as you completed the time loop. Brock and Gary will forever be stuck, waiting on yet another loop from the player. I always got so excited thinking about what the skulls were, and why only one of the skulls let you shoot bullets through it. Why did the pedestal say Richthofen? And did Brock and Gary finally go to Agartha? Whatever it may be, the achievement Time Travel Will Tell was the reward, as were the Dempsey and Richthofen gamer pictures to accompany Nikolai and Takeo from Call of the Dead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.